Hello, my lovely, beautiful, beautiful souls. I am so happy to be back with you here today with messages from the mermaids, the water nymphs of the sea, of the ocean. And it was inspired because today I actually went to the beach. I live very close to the beach. And I was just in the water, and I was really called to ground myself and just be in the ocean water. And the tides were rolling in, and I was getting salt water in my mouth, and it was great. It was awesome. And I really feel like it not only helped me to ground myself, but it also got me kind of tapped in to that energy. And so I was pulled to share some messages that they wanted to come through with all of you. So for pile number 1, we have this beautiful amethyst crystal. It's very reflective. It reflects in the sun, if you can see that. Love this stone. It's pile number 1. And then pile number 2, we have this rose quartz cube. This is from my Platonic Solids set that I use to meditate with. Awesome. And then pile number 3, we have this green adventuring piece right here. And I love it because it has this line going through it. I couldn't think of the word line. Hello, Elizabeth. Come on. Let's get this show on the road. So yeah, that is going to be for pile number 3. So go ahead and take a minute, tap into your intuition, see which one is calling your name. More than one pile is calling to you. Your intuition never steers you wrong. So go ahead and listen to that. Do keep in mind, however, these are general readings. So, take the shopping cart method. Only take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. And without further ado, I will see you all in your piles. All right, so to everyone who chose this beautiful amethyst piece, this is going to be your reading. And sometimes what I'll do, oh, by the way, I just heard a crow cawing a second ago. So in case you hear any outside noises, I spent the day at the beach and was like, I want to open my windows and hear the outside world and feel the world and all of that. So if you hear any noises, just know it's just nature. Be in nature. Nothing to be alarmed about. And sometimes what I'll do at the beginning of these readings is I will channel with just the crystal. I'll meditate a little bit, see what energy is coming through. But today I'm being guided just to kind of hop right on in and see what messages the water nymph spirits and the mermaids have to share with us today. So let's break up the energy a little bit. So water nymph spirits and mermaids of the light conscious, what messages do you have to share with pile number 1, please? What messages do you have? Ooh, already. All right, so we have 3 of Wands. Okay, like normal, I'm gonna get the full picture here before we start channeling. And I'm gonna try something different today. I'm being guided to kind of do all of the cards first, including the oracles, and then we're gonna have a huge spread here, and then we're gonna just dive on in together and see how that goes. It's gonna be fun. We'll try something new today. All right, I'm being guided, so why not? Gonna shake things up a little bit. Shake it up, shake it up. Okay, 3 of Wands. Then we also have 3 of Swords. Okay. Yeah. Oh, your cards literally, they're jumping like fish. Do you see this? They are jumping away. Jumping, jumping, jumping. Ladies, leave your men at home. The club is full of ballers and their pockets full of chrome. Because the club is jumping, jumping. Not quite, but yes. Okay, so then we have 10 of Swords. Interesting. And this is actually more cards than I was going to take originally, but we'll go with it. Then we also have 9 of Swords. And then we have 8 of Wands coming through as well. Wow. Okay. A lot of sword energy. Trying to get the spacing just right for us. Okay. And then back of the deck energy that we have here is the Hanged Man. Okay. Interesting. Got it. Okay, so like I said, we're trying something different. Ooh. So we're gonna take my healing energy cards here and pull one here. Mermaid and water nymph spirits of the light conscious, what messages do you have for pile number 1, please? Yeah, that was a good one. Okay. Okay. I'll show this to you in just a second. Okay. I'll read the cards actually, since these are readable. So this is release that we have here. That's the energy that's being shown. The card here says, I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts, live in the present moment, and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over and put into God, the universe, whatever you believe in, just insert it there based on what you resonate with. Put it into their hands, what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. And then bottom of the deck energy that we did have was divine light, with this energy coming through. It's beautiful. So divine light, I am an expression of love and I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. Okay. Beautiful. And mermaids and nymphs, water nymphs of the light conscious. What messages? Oh gosh, okay. Yep. Messages coming through. Right, so we have empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. And then we have double mission here. Lightworker starseed, serve the world by being you. Yeah, and bottom of the deck energy, we have the courageous peony, but it's in reverse. It says multifaceted, unique nature, and let yourself be seen. That was in reverse for us. Okay. Okay, yes. Okay. Mermaid and water nymph spirits of the light conscious, what messages do you have for pile 1, please? What messages do you have for pile 1, please? Ooh, thank you, yeah. And then we have number 17, the diamond mandala in reverse. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, we have compassionate Pele. Yeah. Oh, this is so interesting. I'm like getting the full picture at the front end. Usually I'll just like pull cards throughout the reading. Mermaids and water nymphs of the light conscious, what messages do you have for pile 1, please? What messages do you have? Ooh, hello. I'm gonna say that, yeah, you're saying that not to do that. Okay, what messages do you have for pile 1, please? Thank you. Yeah, your cards are coming out. We have warrior, be fearless and stand strong. And then I wonder if there's a way to like fit in another card. I don't know if that's like a thing. Sorry. Trying to figure things out over here. Little, because I want it, they're asking me, I want to pull another one. Yeah, I'm getting pulled to pull another card from here, so we'll make it work. Like Tim Gunn from Project Runway. Oh my gosh, I used to love watching that show. Tim Gunn would always come in when the designers were like haywire at the last minute, like, oh my gosh, like this isn't gonna happen. And he would just be like, make it work. And they'd be like, okay, Tim, okay. That's interesting that is coming through here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting, Okay, yeah, I can see why they wanted me. Okay, shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Can you see that? Perfect. Yay. Well, that worked out. Oh, geez. Did you see that? Okay, we're good. Bottom of the deck energy, we have Earth, Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Okay, yep. Alrighty. Beautiful. Okay. So, there's a lot that I'm seeing here, obviously. We did something new. We're seeing the whole picture, like the whole shebang all at once. So there's a lot to, okay. The mermaids in the water, nymph spirits want to be able to help you. There's a lot of swords energy that I'm seeing here. 3 of swords, 10 of swords, 9 of swords. That's really happening here. And that is a lot of work going on in the mental body. That's a lot of overthinking. There's a lot of fear going on here. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of unsure. I feel a lot of like lightheadedness in my forehead and like up in that top part of my head, where it's like I was completely fine before, but it's like I'm being put in your energy of a ton of overthinking here, a lot of fear going on. There's an issue here with not being able to fully express yourself, or being afraid to really put yourself out there, really being afraid to shine, like we see here with the diamond mandala. And obviously we can see here that you are a light worker. More than that, you're a starseed, okay? So you come from the higher realms, you come from the higher dimensions originally, and you came down here in order to help humanity, but it's almost like you're stopping yourself. It's almost like you're afraid of showing that light, which is the whole reason why you came down here in the first place. It's like you don't want to be different. It's like you don't want to stand out from the crowd, right? You want to be, it's like you want to be seen just as as everybody else. You want to fit in, but what the water nymphs and the mermaids are here trying to get you to realize is that you were not meant to fit in, darling. You were never meant to be just average. You were meant to excel. You were meant to shine, right? And it's like this hanged man energy, back of the deck energy that we see here. It's like you're waiting for something, or it's like you're too afraid to put something into motion. So it's like you're just kind of hanging back and you're not letting yourself be fully seen, right? But I don't know why, but for some reason, this 9 of swords energy, more than just being in your head and overthinking, I'm getting high priestess energy. So I feel like the water nymph spirits and the mermaids want to come through and tell you that they've actually worked with you in past lives, and you've been highly connected to water, especially in past lives, and you've worked with it to create magic and to manifest and to alchemize. But you've been a high priestess, and I don't know if you understand what high priestess are. I didn't know what high priestess were originally, but I kind of Googled it and I looked it up, and apparently like it's a really it's a very high attainment, spiritual status to have. You're basically, sought after when it comes to other people living in the civilization that you're in for all spiritual matters, and you head up the ceremonies, and you're counseled for your advice, for your wisdom by kings and queens and heads and authorities over, governing the civilization. So that was you in a past life, pile one. Let me just start by saying that. But I'm also getting here, there's like, yeah. And it's interesting because there's a ton of mental body energy happening here. There's a affirmation that I'll tell myself, because I also tend to deal with a lot of overthinking, and I have dealt with fear in the past. I've dealt with anxiety. I feel like a lot of light workers deal with anxiety, depression, fear. It's very common for light workers to go through a period in their spiritual journey of dealing with that type of energy and having to work through it and transmute it. But more than that, it's like, yes, I'm getting that from the swords energy, but it's also interesting that you have the 3 of wands and the 8 of wands here, which is very much action orientated energy. And it's almost as if the water nymphs and the mermaids are saying, like, this needs to be you need to just go forward with a ton of action, not overthinking, not caring what other people have to say, not caring about any external circumstances, but just moving forward in who you are, right? Moving forward, charging ahead, full speed ahead, doing what you were called here to do, because you were called here to Gaia, to planet Earth, to be able to help, to be able to show other souls that are maybe less evolved than you, which does not make them worse than you or you better than them. It just means that they need more help, they need more growth. And you were put here strategically, I'm hearing strategically placed here, put here on this earth at this time as the evolved soul, past life high priestess that you were, to be able to help teach those lesser evolved souls. But what I'm hearing is it's almost like you're this divine queen, you're this divine empress, giving your power away to like, little kids is almost what I'm getting, but it's like, I don't want to get this energy wrong, but it's almost like you're allowing people who are not as evolved as you, who do not have the same spiritual perception that you do, you're allowing those people with their limited perspectives, with their limited knowledge, to be able to speak into your life. And again, they're not worse than you because they have more of a limited perspective or perception on things, but it just means that you are the one here to teach them. But right now, you're almost allowing the ones you're here to teach, you're allowing them to influence you, right? Instead of being the influencer, you're being the influenced on those you were here to help evolve in the first place. Does that make sense? That's you. And so they're asking you here, shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Yeah, so they're asking you to step firmly into who you are. And yeah, warrior, be fearless and stand strong. So they're asking you to combat this fearful energy and to release it, not to combat it. You don't want to meet fire with fire. You don't, it's kind of like with, there's some materials, I can't remember. Did you ever have goop when you were, why are they taking me here? It's so funny. They're taking me to like my 7th grade science class. And there was this thing that we had to make with cornstarch and water. And it was like this little mixture that you made in science class. And it was called like goop or goo or something. But it was like this really like runny liquid when you were, it's like quicksand. It's really runny when you're kind of like not really forcing against it. But as soon as you press the goop that you made in science class down, or as soon as you press the quicksand down, it really tightens and then it becomes very firm, very solid. So you have to release, you have to let go a little bit for all of that to loosen. That's really specific. But yeah, so they're saying here, in order to release this fear, to be fearless and to stand strong in this warrior energy, it's almost like you just need to let go of this tight-fisted energy that you have. I'm feeling very like tight-fisted energy. Like I can't release control. I can't let go fully. You know, I have to stay in control. But they're saying that, no, you don't, honey. No, you don't. You can let go and you can trust and you can flow with what we have planned for you. You know, and they're seeing a timeline that you can't necessarily see right now. But your spirit guides especially are helping you. And I'm being told that they're a part of your spirit team helping you on this path that you're on in this lifetime. So again, you're highly connected to water. You were this high priestess in a past life. So you are very connected to the water spirits, the water elements. So if you live near a body of water, like a lake or an ocean, I'm being called to tell you that you really need to go to that body of water that you live next to, a stream, a river, whatever the case is. Or even if you don't live next to a body of water, go to the store and buy, you know, a jug of water and pray over it, or, you know, whatever it is that you resonate with. Basically, only prayer is just a spoken intention, right? So it doesn't mean that you subscribe to any type of one belief system or whatnot, but really just take a jug of water, if anything else, and just speak intention over it that, you know, I bless this water, because you've done this in past lives is what I'm hearing. So this isn't anything new for your soul. Your soul has done this before and it knows what to do. Even if in the 3D sense, you're like, what the heck am I doing? This is so like crazy. This is so dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. But your soul's done this. So just trust is what I'm hearing. Just trust. But, you know, take that water if you're going to a lake or whatever, if you're buying the water, speak intention over it. Say, I bless this water with fearlessness. I bless this with divine love and peace, right? And speak whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest to get out of this fear, anxiety based energy, this overthinking energy, into one of flow state, release state, to be able to allow things to come in for you is what I'm hearing. And it's funny because, and so speak that intention over the water. And what you can do is you can actually pour that blessed water into your bath. Sorry, I didn't finish my thought. It's so funny when you're channeling, you're like, oh, here and here and here. It's like popcorn in your brain, and you have to like, it's like translating another language for someone else. It's like you have to make it really, you have to format it so that the other person can understand you. Because in your brain, you just get flooded with like feelings and like visuals and thoughts and senses. And it's just, it's like translating a different language. Right. So once you've prayed over that water, pour it into your bath water. Or if you live next to a body of water, take a water bottle with you and get some of the ocean, the lake, whatever, and bottle that up, pray over that bottle of water and pour it into your bath water is what I'm hearing. Because that's really going to help you. That these spirits especially, that's how they can help assist you with getting out of this energy and getting into more of your soul energy. Away from your ego, which is anxiety, which is depression. It's so funny. I actually did a reading recently. I finished it earlier this afternoon. I don't know when it's coming out, but it's what makes you stunning, you know, what makes you beautiful. And one of those piles for sure, I know that you would resonate with because there was a similar theme kind of running through that pile too. But that pile as well, I should say, not pile two. But yeah, so they want to help you get out of this overthinking energy, this strained energy, because it's almost like you're carrying all of this weight on you. It's, yeah. And I know that's not what this is trying to depict, but it's almost like this circle that you see right here on her head. It's like you have this weight on top of you that you're just allowing to be there. I'm hearing you're allowing it to be there. You need to just shake it off. Bringing T-Swift into this. Shake it off. Shake it off. No, but you need to just shake it off. You need to release it so that you can allow your soul to come through, because your soul wants to help you manifest. Your soul doesn't care about the opinions of others. It doesn't care about the thoughts of people that it's here to teach, right? Because it's almost like, it's almost like a parent really being upset with a child and taking what that 5-year-old tells the parent to heart. If the child says, "I hate you, I don't like you, you're the worst parent ever," you know, that child, more times than not, that child is acting out of their limited perception, and half the time they don't really mean what they say. 5 minutes later they say, "Mommy, Daddy, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that." You know, and they just don't know how to regulate their emotions, right? Which is, it's not a bad thing. It's just something that at that stage of life as a 5-year-old, they're growing through that, right? And it's almost like, it's like you're the parent here. You're the parent soul coming to earth to teach all of these preschool souls how to evolve, how to ascend. And it's like you're taking on those preschool or those kindergarten soul level energies, that are not near as evolved as you are, right? And so it's like also, yeah, it's interesting because they're wanting you to step out of this overthinking, this fear-based, this anxiety-based energy, and they're wanting you to move into this place of movement, right? Of going after what you want. But again, this is movement not based in resistance. So it's not like, I don't want you to take this the wrong way and say like, okay, I need to take this energy that I'm in now and I need to release it. And then I just need to grind and hustle and like push forward to get my manifestation or to be able to stand firm in who I am. I need to push and I need to grind and I need to go against this energy of anxiety and fear and depression. I need to push against that energy in order to bring this energy of love and compassion. And no, that's not how this works. And it's very kind of counterintuitive sometimes because yes, you're putting forth action You're stepping out into the world. You're letting your light shine. You're not afraid of what other people may have to say, but you're not pushing against the energy. You're not pushing against the fear, because the more that you push against the fear, the anxiety, the depression, whatever it is that's keeping you down, the self-sabotage, the self-doubt, the more that you push against that and pretend like it's not there and you try and put it in a little drawer or sweep it under the rug, the more that that energy is going to just come through, and it's going to just bust through. It's going to bust through wide out and into the open again. What you need to do, and what is so important here, is that fear, any dense emotion, fill in the blank with what you're dealing with, anxiety, depression, whatever the case is, those emotions, while they're uncomfortable, they're here to teach you something. And the way that you really allow that energy to come through you is by sitting with it. I was giving this advice to another pile the other day, but it's coming through here again, that they're really wanting you to hear this specific message. You need to sit with those feelings that are uncomfortable, because the more you push them away, the more that they'll pop back up. So it's a matter of being able to accept with love that anxiety that you're feeling, that self-sabotage, that self-doubt that you're feeling. You need to sit with that in love with an open, full heart. And that is how you will be able to process the emotions, right? And so that will allow you to be able to come out of the other side and look back and be like, oh, I actually can move through this situation. I'm not saying that those fears, those self-doubts are going to go away, because they won't. They will still be there. But at least then you'll have understood why those emotions are there. You'll have understood that they're not the enemy. They're there to help you grow. They're there to help you ascend. And the beauty of that is once you learn it, you can then pass that on to other people who need to go through the same thing. And that's the beauty of self-growth. And that's the beauty of helping other souls. So initially, yeah, exactly. Compassionate Pele was coming through here as well. So yeah, this is about using your heart space to be able to use that fire in your heart space to transform all of those negative energies that you're feeling. And to be able to help you ascend past it, because you have done it before. It's just a matter of bringing it into this lifetime is what I'm hearing. And it's funny because as souls, when we incarnate, sometimes it's like, William Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage, which is so true. But what we can do sometimes is we can allow that costume that we put on in the incarnation, that maybe we chose to put on to be able to help teach other souls how to move through the same energy or whatever. It came out of a very compassionate place from our soul. But in the 3D sense, we take on that energy as if it's ours. But, most of the time, it's really just that costume of characteristics that our soul chose to incarnate as. To say like, okay, I want to be this type of person going through this type of struggle, overcoming this type of obstacle so that I can turn around and help these other souls evolve on the earthly plane. Because again, you are a starseed. You come from a different realm altogether, a different star system. And so that's just you being in service to spirit, coming down here and offering to be able to do that. But, when you choose those characteristics that make you, it's just your soul choosing what's going to be able to best help you in your mission for that particular lifetime. Does that make sense? Also, side note that the water nymphs and the mermaids are also wanting to share is that our habits create our belief systems. So who you believe you are, the story that you tell yourself, is dictated also by your habits, your day-to-day actions. So if you want to change the way that you think about yourself, if you want to change your belief systems, if you want to change the way that you perceive fear, the way that you perceive self-doubt, the way that you perceive anxiety, depression, and also, I'm not trying to minimize those feelings. I understand just how overwhelming and exhausting those energies can be. Trust me when I say I have been there. And so in no way am I trying to minimize what you may be going through. Pile one, I just want to clarify that as well. But what they're sharing here is that when you change your daily habits, that's ultimately going to change your belief system, how you see yourself, right? Because that's all we're comprised of is just small decisions on a daily basis. When you change those small decisions, you're able to then separate the emotion from an observing perspective. And when you can separate the emotion from the trigger, oh, that's good. Yeah. So they're saying when you can separate the emotion from the trigger, then you're able to look at things objectively. And then the subconscious becomes the conscious. And then you can suddenly see the patterns that you have in your day-to-day life. You can see the patterns in your thoughts. You can see the patterns in your actions and your behaviors. And you can look at that from a conscious level, from an objective perspective, an objective eye, and look at it and say, okay, I don't like where this is headed. I don't like the energy that I'm finding myself in every day. What habits can I do to change this energy? And then slowly but surely, you tweak things, right? Maybe it's sleeping in a little bit more. Maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's journaling more. Maybe it's getting outside every day for a 15-minute walk. Maybe it's, starting that garden that you've wanted to. I don't know why gardening just popped up, and maybe some of you are gardeners. Maybe it's starting that garden you've wanted to do forever. Maybe it's signing up for that dance class. Maybe it's getting involved in the local theater, right? Or maybe it's trying out for the baseball team in your community, or whatever the case is. It's going to be different for everybody. But the point here is that it's going to allow you, that's also going to help you release some of this stuck energy. Being able to do things that you truly enjoy is going to allow you to get out of this stuck energy that I feel that you're in right now. I feel that you're in a rut. You're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I feel stuck. I feel like this energy is unmovable. I'm here. I don't know what to do about it. Being able to take the subconscious to the conscious and look at your habits, change it, right? Change these little things that are taking you out of your energy. Maybe you're spending too much time scrolling on your phone, right? Maybe you are not eating foods that agree with your body. Maybe you are waking up late every day, and so you're rushing to work, and that's putting you in an anxious energy from the very beginning of your day, right? Versus waking up 20 minutes earlier so that you're not having to rush into the office. It's these little things that actually, they snowball, and it makes a big difference in our energy for the day. It makes a big difference in how we perceive ourselves, who we suddenly are. Are we a person who's on time, or are we a person who's late? Are we a person who eats healthy, or are we a person who eats unhealthy, right? And so it's comprised of these moment-to-moment decisions, okay? Something else, I love the book Atomic Habits, and I'm being called to give that book recommendation to you, Pile One. It's an incredible book. It changed my life. Atomic Habits by James Clear. He has a quote in there that's incredible, and he says, until you can make the subconscious conscious, you will be, you will be directed by your habits unknowingly and call it fate. Something like that. But it's basically like we call things fate when really it's unconscious habits that we are not taking the time or are not having the intention to be able to bring those up to the conscious level to look at. Does that make sense? I don't want to get too deep in here with that psychology type stuff, but that's just something that came through that I'm really wanting to speak on. And yeah, it's like you're meant to be this diamond mandala here. You're meant to shine in this lifetime. You're here as a teacher, Pile One. You are a teacher at your soul's core. Whether or not you're a teacher in the 3D sense, you may or may not, you could be, but you're meant to be a spiritual teacher especially. And with the courageous peony coming out here, bottom of the deck here, multifaceted, unique nature. Yeah, exactly. The diamond is multifaceted. It's so unique. It is so rare. How is a diamond formed, Pile One? It's formed by coal of all things, and it's put under enormous amounts of heat and pressure, and suddenly it emerges as this beautiful, bright, gleaming gemstone, right? So this is saying multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be seen, Pile One, for who you are, because you are a beautiful soul. You volunteered to come here to be able to help teach, to be able to help heal. And in order to teach and in order to heal, people need to see that energy from you. People need to see that spirit of you coming through, okay? Because it's a beautiful spirit that you have, Pile One. I'm feeling it right now, and it's gorgeous energy. It feels like a soft, comfy pillow and I'm in like a cozy sweater, and it's so cozy and soft, and you are just like a warm blanket, pile one. You have such a beautiful, warm energy, and it's gorgeous. And you need to let other people see this, because you're truly one of a kind. No one can replace you. No one can imitate you, pile one. You are your own. Just like this diamond, okay? But you need to allow that light to shine in, the divine light to come through you, because you're a channel for spirit. You need to allow spirit to come through you, pile one, so that other people can experience that healing, that restoration. Okay? All right. Pile one, you beautiful, beautiful souls, you. I wish you only the best of luck. So much light, so much love. Be this fearless warrior. Stand strong. Stay rooted and grounded in who you are. Spending time in nature if at all possible. But it has been such an honor, such a pleasure to be able to read your energy. Thank you so much. Go ahead and like and subscribe to see more videos like these. And I love you very, very much. Like I said, I will see you in the next reading. Alrighty, so for those of you who chose this beautiful crystal, rose quartz crystal cube, there we go. Say that 5 times fast. This is going to be your reading. And I was telling pile one, usually I will spend some time to kind of meditate on the crystal and feel the energy that I'm receiving, and kind of do some initial channeling before we get into the cards. But today I'm going to do like a whole spread situation. We're going to try something different. It seemed to go well for pile one. So we're going to pull the tarot, the oracles, get them all situated here, and then we'll start channeling based on the whole picture and really see how that goes. So I figure, yeah, let's try something different. Why not, right? So inspired by my beach trip today, water nymph and mermaid spirits of the light conscious, what messages do you have for pile two, please? What messages do you have for pile two, please? Oh, thank you. No, just this one. Okay. So we have the Hanged Man coming through. Coming at ya. Okay. Mermaid and water nymph spirits of the light conscious, what messages do you have for pile number 2? What messages do you have for pile collective, I should say, number 2? Yeah. We have 6 of Wands. Okay. Mermaid and water nymph spirits of the light conscious, what messages do you have for collective pile number 2? No. What messages? Thank you. Okay, we have justice. Okay, and then we had one on the floor. Ooh. Yeah, we have the Emperor. Wow, a lot of strong energy coming in for you guys. Pile 2. Wow. Okay, and then I can't remember if I did 4 or 5 tarot for the last pile, but I'm being called to do one more for you guys. So, I don't know. We'll make it work. We will make it work. Okay, just the top, yeah, okay. Not the bottom. So we have 6 of Swords. Okay. And then bottom of the deck energy here is the 7 of Wands. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's do one of my healing cards here. Mermaid and water nymph spirits of the light conscious. What messages do you have for pile number 2, please? Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, so we have gratitude coming through with this energy here. So with gratitude, it says, I am aware of the light in my life. I direct my thoughts to the beauty in and around me. I give thanks to God, or insert universe, or whatever you believe in, whatever resonates. I give thanks for every little thing that brings me joy. Thus, I enlighten my thoughts. Riches surround me, and I appreciate all that life brings me. That is beautiful. And then bottom of the deck is return to heart. We have that energy coming through. So it says, I breathe light and stick to the essential for my soul, the present moment. I calm my thoughts. I focus on my heart and find space to be where my light and greatness are. I find peace and inner stillness. Okay. Alrighty. Water nymph and mermaid spirits of the light conscious. What messages do you have for pile 2, please? Almost, but not quite. What messages do you have for pile 2, please? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, above the storm. Okay. Yeah? Yeah. Right side or upside down? Ups. Right side. Okay. We have dodecahedron. Right here. Coming through. And then at the back of the deck, we have Indian shaman. With all that energy. Okay. All right. Water nymph and mermaid spirits of the light conscious. What messages do you have for pile 2, please? What messages do you have for pile 2, please? Thank you. We have wise one. Grow within your current situation. This is crone energy of the mother, maiden, crone trinity. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have earth guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. Last but not least, our starseed deck. Water nymph and mermaid spirits of the light conscious. Thank you. We have star family. You're a part of a team of souls. Call in support. All right. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Sorry, we got one on the floor, but it's in a really awkward position. There we go. We made it. We made it. It's okay, everybody. So we have the Seas of Mintaka here. Mintaka? Ugh, I can never say it right. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Interesting. And then the back of the deck, we have the golden children, but it was in reverse. It says inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. That was in reverse there. All right. You know, it's funny. It's really funny, pile 2, because you feel like almost as if it's a continuation of pile 1. So I don't know if some of you were drawn to pile 1 and pile 2, and maybe you're taking a look at both messages here, because I'm feeling similar energy. Or it could also just be that there's a lot of this energy going on in the collective that I'm reading for at this time. And so it's possible that there's a lot of you dealing with this type of energy, in which case, you know, let's go ahead and dive right in. So what I'm seeing here, what they want me to touch on first off, kind of a recap of pile 1. I feel like some context, some background might help you if you did not watch pile 1's first. So really what's happening here, and what I see again with the Hanged Man coming through here, is it's very much you are this very wise, evolved soul who has come in to this planet to be able to help other lesser evolved souls grow and ascend. And it's not to say that those lesser evolved souls are worse than you being more evolved. It is what it is. It's kind of like a toddler versus a teenager. Is a teenager worse than a toddler? No, they're just at different stages of growth. It's the same thing here. You came to this realm to help lower evolved spirits grow and ascend, being from the higher realms yourself, right? And we're especially seeing a lot of starseed energy coming through here with this planet, which I can never say correctly, but this planet is heavily water-based energy, which I think is so synchronistic because we have the water nymph and the mermaid spirits coming through here. So it could be that you really thrive in, you're from planets with water, number one, and so you really thrive being near water, being around water. So if you live next to a stream, a river, a lake, an ocean, whatever the case is, I'm being told that you really need to spend more time by the water because your spirit really thrives with a lot of water in the environment. I'm also actually getting Atlantis. This is not a past lives reading, but I'm also getting Atlantis with this as well. So you're definitely a wise ancient soul. And we're seeing that especially here with the crow representing psychic ability, and then the owl representing wisdom. And then we have the moon energy coming in there, also representing divine feminine. You are a very wise, divine feminine based soul. And it's like in the upper realms, this is you. You are this like emperor seeking justice. Can you see that? No, you can't even see that. I'm sorry, guys. So that you are this emperor seeking justice and the Six of Wands energy in the higher realms, right? That is who your soul is. And you've come down here to this plane to be able to teach other souls to ascend to this level, right? But it's almost like you're in this, yeah, and you're meant to transport people from this choppy water here into this calm, bright, peaceful, joyful sea that you see there. You're meant to bring people who are stranded spiritually, emotionally. You're meant to bring them to shore, right? You're meant to help them. But it's almost like you're in this hanged man energy here of just not quite feeling like you want to put yourself out there, not feeling like you're sure what to do or how to express yourself, not quite sure how to be in your own energy is what I'm feeling. And what I'm really getting here is, especially with this return to the heart, you need to come back to your soul space, right? So we covered in pile 1. It might be really helpful actually if you go and watch that maybe before continuing on with this reading, because I'm noticing just a lot of stuff from pile 1 this is really just a continuation of pile 1. But your ego is really the space where you feel resistance. That's the space where you feel maybe denser emotions. And your ego is not a bad thing, just like your shadow is not a bad thing. Your ego and your shadow are really just protective mechanisms that were there to protect you, and it's just kind of gone awry in the midst of them trying to do their best to help, right? And so your ego is really one that's based in overthinking. Your ego, yeah, and it's interesting because pile 1 had a ton of swords energy, which is kind of overthinking, and we're getting sword energy here in pile 2, but it's like coming through as the emperor and justice. So it's almost like being able to be an alchemist and transmute that overthinking energy, that stagnant energy, that anxious, depressive energy of the swords, and alchemize that into this divine authoritative energy that I'm getting here with the justice and the emperor. So it's like, it's still the swords energy, but again, you've transmuted it into something different to where it's a completely different frequency. It resonates completely differently. It has a whole new meaning because of what you've done to it, right? So at a core level, you're able to do that with energy. Let me just start by saying that. But so it's like going from the ego back to your soul, back to your heart, back to that heart space that heart space that is able to help alchemize this energy into this Emperor and Justice energy. Because this is who you are at a soul level. Six of Wands is who you are at a soul level. You go after things. You're here for divine justice. You're here to see things completed to fruition. That's who you are. And so it's almost, yeah, it's like your soul tribe, your spirit guides are coming through to say, hey, call on us for support. We're here to help you. We want to see you win. We want to see you grow. We want to see you develop, right? So don't be afraid, pile 2, to be able to call on your spirit guides, on your soul tribe, your soul team, and be able to say, hey guys, look, SOS, help. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. Like I need assistance here. I feel really overwhelmed right now. I feel really anxious right now. I feel really fearful right now. I'm afraid I can't do what I'm being called to do in this moment. Help me, right? And they're going to help you stay rooted and stay grounded. They're going to help you transcend this energy. But again, do you see how his hand is over his heart space? You need to allow that heart to open, because when you're operating from a place of fear, when you're operating from a place of love, it's impossible to then operate based in fear. Also, what you focus on attracts. And so if you think about it, sacred geometry is like the universal like computer programming of all of the galaxies, right? So sacred geometry are different sacred shapes, but, and this is sacred geometry, I just noticed that here. And I think dodecahedron, don't quote me, but I think this is representing ether, which is just going to drive my point that I'm about to make home even more. Yeah. Dodecahedron is either ether or it's water. Either way, it's very synchronistic. But what I'm getting here is with stay rooted and stay grounded, it's like there are lots of energy grids that line the planes that we're on. So, and those are comprised of sacred geometry, right? So it's almost like energetic programming, where it's energy is stored, emotions are stored there, thought patterns are stored there, belief systems are stored there. That's when you hear that buzzword light codes getting thrown around. It's really just energetic, like blueprints, drawings, you know, of energy grids that are being placed down here in this plane, because it's almost like, again, it's like a computer chip in a laptop is what they're showing me. It's like they're having me explain it like it's almost like this chip going into the computer, and it holds this computer program. Those light codes that are really just energetic grids of sacred geometry, those hold thoughts, emotions, belief patterns, you know, whatever in there. And that translates into the collective then picking up on that energy and acting it out in the 3D, in the whatever, the physical. So what they're showing me here is it's like staying rooted and staying grounded not only is going to help you be able to tap into that confidence, which is going to be found in your solar plexus chakra. Root chakra is also going to be fantastic work here to be able to do some root chakra meditations to really develop that sense of safety. I know that I had to do a lot of work when it came to my root chakra and just feeling safe in this world. So do know, pile 2, that I've been there too. I totally get where you guys are, and just know that root chakra meditations are super duper helpful with that. But when you're staying rooted and grounded, you're picking up these new energetic grids that that are being planted into the earth. And so it's like you're able then to alchemize that swords energy into this emperor, into this justice energy, which is what I was getting from the very beginning here. And it's like, yeah, you're such a powerful soul. And again, energetic grids is coming through here with this sacred geometry as well with Indian shaman. Your heart center, pile 2, is so strong. You have a very open crown chakra as well. You are very psychic. If you do not know that, please know that. you definitely are. So if no one has ever told you, or if you have even maybe that's part of what this self-doubt is about, is you feeling like, who am I to say that I have this ability? Who am I to really, go into this intuitive, side of me, or say that I'm psychic or whatever? You are. Let me just start by saying, but it's almost like, yeah, when you're able to stay rooted and stay grounded, and that's by bringing your subconscious belief systems, which are just reinforced. Belief systems are just thoughts that you think over and over again, and they're just habits that you reinforce by doing day in and day out, right? So it's just thoughts and your habits that create your belief systems. So when you're able to see above the storm, taking the subconscious to the conscious, and being up here instead of in this energy of, oh my gosh, what's happening? I'm overthinking. I don't know what's going on. I'm so fearful. I'm so anxious. And again, this isn't not to minimize those feelings, because again, I've been there and I understand how overwhelming and exhausting those spaces can be for your mental body. But saying the affirmation, I direct my mental body to soften, being able to be here above this dense energy, right, is what's going to allow you to be able to transmute it, because you're a born alchemist. Pile 2, you are a born alchemist. Do not forget that. You're meant to be here as a teacher, a leader. You're meant to show people how to go from these stormy waters, from this rough sea, into calm, clear crystal waters to the shore, teaching them to see above the storm. It starts with you, Pile 2. As above, so below, as within, so without. Everything here on the lower planes is duplicated in the higher realms. And it's the same here. When you come here on a soul mission to be able to help other people, it's like you yourself have to go first, and your soul has to transmute that energy first before you can then teach and show other people how to do the same thing. Does that make sense? So that's exactly what you're going through right now. You're going through that transition period. You're going through that transformation stage. It's like this rebirth. It's like this death process happening for you, where you're going from this anxious, unempowered state to this place of taking back your power, taking ownership of who you are, not being a victim, right? But taking your power back and standing firm in yourself, in your soul, in your energy. And then once you've done that work for yourself, you can then show other people how to do the same thing. Also, gratitude is popping up here as well. So it's like, yeah, being able to just, again, what you focus on grows. So when you focus on the things that you're grateful for, when you focus on those things that bring you joy, I enlighten my thoughts, it says here. I appreciate all that life brings me. And again, we label things down here so dualistic. We're so polarized down here in the 3D because we think like, oh, this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong. No, in the higher realms, good, bad, right, wrong does not exist, right? And so, right? No pun intended. But it's meant to say like, just as our shadow self, just as our fears and our anxious thoughts and our depressive thoughts are not to be seen as bad, they're not to be pushed against, right? Like that quicksand analogy that we went over in pile 1, it's not to be pushed against, it's not to be forced down. They're here to teach you. They are divine teachers in their own right, and they have just as much to teach you as the positive emotions do. Growing within your current situation, your soul understands just how powerful of teachers these energies are, these thoughts are, these emotions are. Your soul understands that, and it's just a matter of you being able to now play it out in the 3D. And yeah, with the 7 of Wands here, it's like, yeah, you are this powerful divine being. You have so much strength within you. Again, did I say in pile 1? I think I said in pile 1. I'm getting high priestess energy here. You were definitely a prophet of some sort in a past life. People sought you out for your advice, pile 2. I'm going to call you pile 1/pile 2 because I really feel like this is just a continuation of the energy. But people sought you out in your past lives because of the wisdom that you held, because of the advice that you were able to give, because of the prophet that you were, the high priestess that you were, the leader that you were. Master, I'm also getting master energy here as well. So that could be what is that called? Shinto? I think it's Shinto. I can't remember exactly. But I'm getting definitely like you have understood the power of the mind in past lives, and you have overcome, and you've manipulated the energy to allow the mind to work for you instead of against you. But again, you're teaching other people how to achieve that same lesson here in this lifetime. And so it's like you need to be the first one to go. Example by leadership by example. You know what I mean? Leadership by example here. And so once you actually allow yourself to fully let go, which I know, all of this, you're like, screw you. You know, this is all easier said than done. Trust me. I don't know. Some of you may be having very strong emotions as you're watching this, but yes, I totally get that. Let me be the first to say, like, whenever someone is like, oh, just do a quick little meditation and just like go to the Whole Foods and get some essential oils and you'll be great. Like, kumbaya, you know, see you later. Namaste. Trust me when I say, like, I gag. And I'm just like, you know what? It's freaking easy for you to say. You're not in the midst of all of this. You're not having to wade through all this crap. Trust me when I say, again, I've been there. I know where you are because I was you. This was me at one point in time. It still is me sometimes. But they're calling you also to bring out your inner child. It's like with this being in reverse, your inner child is stifled right now, pile 2. So again, what was I saying earlier in pile 1? Doing things that bring you joy, gardening, you know, dance classes, theater, sports, whatever it is that helps you, it helps you raise your vibration is what they're telling me. So doing things that you love and things that you enjoy raises your vibration, and it allows you to think more clearly. It allows you to come out of this dense energy a little bit, and then you can look at your situation much more objectively. Okay. But your inner, oh no. I don't know if my low battery just came on, so I'm not sure if that just stopped the video. I'll have to take a look. Your inner child is being called to come back out is what I'm saying, pile 2. So anyway, that's a sign from Spirit. Spirit's like, stop talking. You've said all you need to say. So, okay, I'll listen. I'll obey. All right, pile 2, you gorgeous, gorgeous souls, you. It has been, again, such a pleasure to be able to tap into your energy, such an honor. Thank you for allowing me to read your energy today and to be able to maybe help you a little bit, hopefully, with giving you a little bit of advice and guidance here from the water nymph and mermaid spirits. So go ahead and like and subscribe to see more videos like these. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next reading. Alrighty, hello, my beautiful pile 3s. As you can tell, if you took a peek at the other piles, the setup looks a little bit different because I'm actually filming this on a different day. So that would be why. It's funny, as I was turning on your reading, there are a lot of crows in the area that I live, and they were quiet for like the last hour and a half. But when I started setting up and preparing this space to be able to do your reading, you know, within the last 5 minutes, I would say, they have just been cawing like nonstop. I don't know if you can hear them in the background, but they're still going. So I would venture to say that yeah, there they go again. So this being a message from the mermaids, from the merms, the water element, the air element really wants to come through here as well with the crows and the birds. Crows, as you know, they represent psychic intuition, clairvoyance. So you guys definitely could have prominent spiritual abilities, but more than that, I feel that the water element as well as the air element is really trying to come through here with you, and that can help you with and it ties in somehow to the message that we're going to get into here today. We'll kind of uncover more as we move along here together, but if you chose this beautiful green adventuring piece, then this is for sure your reading. my dear lovelies. So let's go ahead and see what we've got going on here. So we have, oh, you have 2 cards, by the way. So that is something to note. The first card here is the 7-Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life, and Expression. Wow. Okay. So this is my Starseed Oracle deck, and the 7 Sisters star of the 7 Sisters, however you want to say it. This is Pleiadian energy coming through here as well. So that collective may be coming through to help you in this message here, but they may want to help you through kind of the next stage of your soul's growth and whatever journey you're currently on. The Pleiadians are kind of like pushing their way on through, being like, hey, we're here too, you know, like we're a helping hand if you ever need it, type of a thing. So that's just something that's coming through as well. And we also have Earth pulsing, the pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Beautiful. Okay. So really the energy that I'm getting from both of these, I love the fact that we're talking about creations, we're talking about slowing down, we're talking about really taking the time to play, to meditate on all things full of wonder is really the energy that I'm getting here. So this is definitely the energy of like, you know, let's go and let's like lie down by a random river all day and bring a good book and just kind of decompress for a little bit. And I feel like you have been going through this winter phase recently. You're seeing a lot of that, those snow-capped mountains up at the very top. And then you see this kind of water kind of flowing on down here through this valley. And it reminds me of ley lines as well. So yeah, okay. Something else that the mermaids are coming through to share with you as well is that obviously, yes, time by the water. There's definitely water present here. They want you to do that. So if you live by a ocean, a river, a stream, I'm very blessed in that I live about 10 to 15 minutes away from the coast, the West Coast. So, but, you know, not everybody has that availability. So even something like a little stream or a brook, you know, nearby that you can go visit, that would really be something that's really beneficial, I'm hearing. Or you can just go and grab, you know, jugs of purified water, and you can actually pour them into your bath water. And why purified water? Why did they have me say that? That was so interesting. Okay, so something else that's coming through. Okay, I think it's because of the crows and the psychic abilities at the front end that they're pulling this in as well. Something that I was telling another pile, I can't remember if it was this reading or another reading that I was doing, but I was telling somebody that in past lives, you have this ability. Yeah, I think it was another pile in here. But in past lives, you've been able to speak intention and pray over water. And what you can do is have that then be blessed water. It's then charged, and it can actually work better with your energy body. And it can help you with manifestations. It can help you remove energy blockages. It can help you with shadow work, with you know, opening up your spiritual abilities, you know, let your imagination kind of run wild there, but you can then pour that charged water into your bath water, and it's very powerful to be able to help you in whatever intention you're creating and need help with at that time. So that's something also that's coming through that they would want you to do. But yeah, at the very least, if you don't live near any bodies of water, which that definitely, you know, will be for some of you, then honestly, just get like a good bath going, pour some like really nice herbs in there, get some like aromatherapy bubble bath scents going. You can take your crystals in there. Be careful and Google which crystals are not water soluble or which ones are water soluble so that you can take the ones in there that are safe, because some of them will they'll go down, they'll disintegrate. That's the word. They'll disintegrate if they touch water. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, that's definitely something. First thing that's coming through here is this ability to be coming from this kind of winter period, this period of a lot of work that you've been doing. Yeah, I feel like a lot of pressure in my upper chest, right below my throat chakra and right above my heart chakra. There's like this pressure there. So I don't know if that's a place where you've manifested an energy blockage that you may want to clear out. But that's definitely something that's coming through for some of you. So baths will definitely help in terms of helping with anxiety. I'm hearing for others of you. Yeah, okay. And then another technique that I'll use for anxiety is if I'm really ever having like a really tough time, or if I just feel myself kind of spiraling down into this anxious, mess of thinking, what I'll do is I'll often run cold water on my wrists. And that cold temperature on your wrist, on your pulse points, is very soothing to your brain, and it does something with the neurotransmitters in your brain where it kind of just like resets them. It's kind of like rebooting a computer. I don't know if that makes sense, but it definitely helps me. It helps me to calm down right away. It allows me to remember to just breathe. So that can be an opportunity while you're letting the cold water kind of run over your wrists. Just close your eyes. Taking a big deep breath, do some box breathing. So if you don't know what box breathing is, it's essentially where you breathe in for a few seconds. I can't remember how many seconds, you can Google it, but you breathe in for a few seconds, you hold it for the same amount of time, and then you release that breath for the same amount of time. And it's this box, right? This cycle that you'll go through, and it really helps to recalibrate your nervous system and get you all set and ready to go again. But you've done a lot of work here, and now it's almost like it's time for you to kind of rest on this beautiful energy that you've created, this beautiful space you've created for yourself. And the mermaids really are coming through to help you create that safe space, is what I'm hearing. They want to help you create that safe space. Oh, thank you. Ley lines. So with ley lines, that's something else that they're coming through to tell you as well. So yes, if you live near a body of water, go to that, or do baths if you don't. But what they're saying is that there's different, okay, I love it. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I get so excited when I see different like loose ends coming together and it all ties up in a nice pretty bow. I was getting the anxiety, and I was telling you about the pulse points because it's like, have you ever heard that some people describe the river systems of Earth, of Mother Gaia, as her veins, right? And so it's almost like you can compare things around us in the 3D world to the human body. So what I was saying before, when you put water on your pulse points, your pulse point is a very powerful center to be able to help work with the brain and help to kind of reboot your system, your nervous system as well. And it works to be able to help your body reset. Well, it's the same thing on the earth. Ley lines are very powerful energy grids. Our whole universe is comprised of energy, right? And so sacred geometry kind of helps work with this. They're like different computer programs and energetic grids that are, programmed within our earth and our planet. And along these ley lines, that is a specific line of energy where it's specifically charged, and there's a higher concentration of energy in that area. So I'm being told that you can often go to, I'm hearing like sacred sites. So for some of you, you live next to a lot of like tourist attractions, or if there's any type of really popular like waterfalls nearby. I'm hearing waterfalls. Oh yeah, interesting. So that would be a great place to go, do some hiking, and then you can connect with the mermaid spirits there. I'm hearing for others of you, sites, hiking sites, tourist attractions, tourist destinations for some of you that are like an hour, 2 hours from your house that on a weekend you can actually travel to. Yeah, and I know that another popular, very strong ley line is in Northern California, where I'm from originally. I now live in Southern California, but I'm from the Bay Area, actually. And so up there, there's Mount Shasta, and that is a very powerful system of ley lines there. But if you, Yellowstone, so really any kind of tourist attraction or natural, landscapes that is very popular, typically there's a higher concentration of concentration of energy in that area, which is why it is so popular with people. So I'm hearing that for a lot of you, you're very close, like within an hour or two away from some of these spots. And so you'd want to travel there, and you can actually allow that energy to kind of work with you. Maybe do some meditating while you're there. That would be very powerful. And it's a way for you to also connect with the light conscious spirits there that can help kind of, I'm hearing like make a connection with you in a different way. Like you can consciously think of different realms or different types of energies and different spirit guides that you want to work with, and that's definitely effective. But I'm hearing that if you go there in person and consciously open yourself up to working with spirit guides of the light conscious, might I add, okay, because it's, you know, the spirit world is full of light energies and dark energies. So make sure that you properly protect yourself and that you're safe as you do this. That's something to add. But I'm hearing that they're able to make a connection with you, those light conscious spirits who want to act as spirit guides for you. Very powerful energies. They can make a different connection with you if you actually go there in person and then you meditate or you set that intention. I just heard a little click with, so my spirit guides often talk to me through like creaks in the house, and I think the click was from this light actually, but that was a confirmation for somebody that definitely wanted to come through. Wow. Okay, so where was I? Okay, yes, so that's all I'm getting from Earth Pulsing. Now from the 7 Star Sisters, this is super interesting. I'm really getting, again, a lot of creativity here. I'm getting a lot of divine feminine energy here. So again, you know, genders are one thing, energies are completely different, and I tend to read for the energies, and I am feeling that there's a lot of divine feminine energy that wants to work with you, however you identify gender-wise. And they are for sure like, yeah, Pleiadian energy is coming through here too, to be like, hey, we want to help you kind of flow into this new phase of your life. Like you've done so much work, and now that struggle is kind of behind you, and now moving forward, you're going to burst into this like beautiful season of you coming into your own and really taking back your power, owning what's yours, not apologizing for any of that, and just really taking up space and coming into who you are, what you know yourself to be, and this beautiful kind of like take no prisoners kind of attitude that you're coming into of total ownership over your own energy and your own presence in this world. Does that make sense? So the Pleiadians are coming through along with the mermaids to help you with that transition at this time, which is just beautiful. So that is just some initial energy that I'm getting there. Little initial energy check. That was a long energy check. Oh my gosh, y'all. That was like 15 minutes. It's okay. Sometimes, you know, they really do come through and they pack a punch, and there's a lot to get through sometimes. And I don't want to skimp or leave out any of these energies, because I always want to honor the presence of the energies coming through to work with me. And I feel it is a responsibility of intuitives and tarot readers to be able to communicate all energies coming through, because we really should be unbiased channels for information to come through, and you never know when one piece of information is going to be somebody else's breakthrough. So I always want to honor whatever I'm hearing, and I don't ever want to leave anything out. So that's that. So some readings are going to be longer than others for that reason. Just do know that. I like to keep that standard, I guess you could call it. So mermaids and water nymphs of the light conscious, what messages do you have for pile 3? Mermaids and water nymph spirits of the light conscious, what messages do you have for pile 3? Ooh, almost, there we go. Beautiful. So we have 6 of Cups. This is in reverse. Yeah. I just heard breaking down. Breaking down to build back up is what I just heard. Yeah, 2 of Wands. Mastery energy. Authoritative energy. Yeah. Definitely. Mermaids and water nymph spirits of thank you. Yeah, we have the Emperor in reverse. Interesting. Okay. Mermaid and water nymph spirits of the light conscious. What messages? Thank you. Both? Yes. Okay. So we have first off the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. They're actually wanting me to pull one more, so we are gonna do that. Oh, right. So for the first two piles, I think what I had done differently this time is I had pulled everything at once, and then I kind of did like a big, larger, like, I don't know, reading. Does that make sense? So I did everything at once, including the oracles, instead of just pulling the tarot first and then doing, yeah, okay, that wanted to come through. Anyway, I'm going to try that with you guys and we'll see what happens. That's my point. We have Six of Pentacles. This is going to be upright. Okay, back of the deck energy, we have Eight of Cups. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alrighty, so Mermaids and Water Nymph Spirits of the Light Conscious, what messages do you have for pile 3, please? What messages do you have for pile 3, please? What messages do you have for pile 3, please? What messages do you have? Let's break up some of this energy. Let's break up some of this energy. Let's break up some of this energy. There we go. Okay, yeah, what did I say before? Activated Earth. Your girl is intuitive. What can I say? Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Exactly. Okay, Mermaids and Water Nymph Spirits of the Light Conscious, what messages do you have for pile number 3, please? What messages do you have for pile number 3? What messages do you have for pile number 3? I'm getting very, like, just to kind of communicate with you what I'm feeling, I'm getting lots of heady energy here. So my head is feeling very light in this reading, which is interesting. So you guys could have also a disassociation, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but okay. Yeah, what I mean with that is, so oftentimes, like, something that I had to learn was I grew up in kind of like, not an unstable environment, but go with me here. A little segue, a little story time with Elizabeth. But I grew up with a single mom, and we were, you know, poor, and she was sick, so chronic illness, and so she was disabled, so she couldn't really work, and there was just, you know, a lot of stuff going on, and I kind of felt a little bit unsafe in my environment, but it wasn't because of anybody's fault. It was just because of what I felt around me. And so what happens is your root chakra really is responsible for helping to ground you. And what I did is, as a child, I kind of disassociated myself, and I learned to live a lot in my imagination, because that's kind of where I could live, you know, comfortably. And I just kind of faded, I turned off like my presence in the outside world, you know, and I kind of activated more of my crown chakra, my third eye chakra, you know, more of those kind of flowy cosmic energies. And I had to really, as I grew up into adulthood, I had to learn how to work again with the root chakra, my sacral, and then my solar plexus, right? So my bottom 3 chakras to properly ground me and balance me out, because even as I got into growing older, I still had trouble with feeling grounded. And I often would feel unrooted. I would feel kind of like I was, this energy to me feels like floating in space. And you see here with this energy here, it's like they're floating in this cosmic void. in space. And so that's what I feel here is like some of you may need to do some root chakra meditations to be able to ground yourself, and actually being in Mother Gaia, being in nature along these ley lines, that is going to help you kind of recenter and reground yourself so that you're a little bit less out of this kind of like heady, spacey, like cosmic upper chakra energy, which is a beautiful space to be in. But if you don't properly balance it out with, yeah, do you see that? My candle just went out. Do you see that smoke coming through? Confirmation number one. Let me finish this thought before I get into that message. So yeah, you guys may want to help to balance out that that upper chakra energy that you have so beautifully mastered and often live in, is what I'm hearing, and want to balance that out and ground that with some more rooted energy through that root chakra. Okay. And then with that candle going out and with the smoke coming through, something else that I'm getting is like smudging. Smudging is going to be able to help some of you. Incense as well is also going to be something that's helpful for others of you. But the act of smudging and just kind of purifying and cleansing the space that you're in before you meditate, that's going to be super helpful. Some of you may also deal with energetic bleed throughs, whereas empaths, and I am getting empath energy here, we're often very sensitive, and so we can take on the energies of other people very, very easily. And so that is being able to cleanse the space that you're in prior to meditating. The meditating is going to help to ground you, center you, and then it's also going to help to kind of release any excess energy that isn't yours. A really great affirmation for you, Pile 3, is also, all of my energy is my own, and I release any energy that is not mine. Okay. And then also being able to return to sender any energy that has kind of made its way into your energetic body. Just being able to kind of give that with love and with peace back to that person that it originally is from. So those affirmations are going to help you as well. Okay. Alrighty. So back here, let's see, to pile number 3. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. I'm actually getting pulled. I'm gonna just kind of use my carnelian. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my green calcite too. I'm gonna just put these in my lap, ground me a little bit more. With this energy is very strong that I'm feeling, very, very strong energy. So mermaids and water nymphs of the light conscious, what messages do you have for pile 3, please? What messages do you have for pile 3, please? What messages do you have for pile 3? The energy is also like, yeah, there we go. I was like, the energy is not coming through. So I don't know whether it's like there's a blockage here or what, but we have jump in. So we have Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Interesting. So the Pleiadians and the Andromedans are coming through here. Y'all are star seeds with a capital S. Okay. So look into the Pleiades, look into Andromeda. You have had past incarnations there. Those collectives are definitely coming through to spend time with you. And yeah, what did I say before? I heard the crows, and the crows are associated with clairvoyance and third eye, spiritual abilities. And we have this eye here in the background as well. So that is beautiful. Okay, let's do a couple of sacred geometry. Oh, bottom of the deck energy here is messenger, Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance, you guys. So the Sirius collective is coming through as well. Okay, so Pleiades, Sirius, Andromeda. Okay, look those up, Google them. They are working with the mermaid and water nymph spirits and elemental energies to be able to help you in this new transition in your life, in this period of healing that you're going through, this beautiful period of, like, I'm hearing like transcendence. You're transcending your past energy, and it's like you're glowing up and blooming into this new beautiful space. Yeah. Okay. Whoop, thank you. Oh my gosh. We got a jumper. We've got a jumper. Okay. So we also have the octahedron. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Spirits of the light conscious, mermaid and water nymph. Spirits of the light conscious. What messages? Thank you. Oh my gosh. Ugh. And then we also have number 55, octamotion. Aha, we have some octopus energy coming through here. That may be a spirit animal that wants to work with you. Octopuses are said to actually have originated from a different star system altogether. And they are incredibly intelligent creatures. So definitely do some more research on them, but they're coming through here to want to work with you also. And then back of the deck, we have in reverse, number 60, together we fly. That is coming through here. They're also pulling me towards the dragonfly energy down here, which is often divine feminine energy coming through also. And then we also have up here the crows. Do you see that? Or hawks or whatever, but they're showing it to me as crows. So yeah, the crows are coming through to want to work with you as well. They get a bad rep in kind of pop culture. They're seen as like these evil entities, but in reality, they were actually the ones who were said to be able to go between different worlds, and they were able to help. I don't know, there's something very spiritual about them where they can transcend realms quite easily. They work with energy well. I don't know much more beyond that, but that'd be something for you to maybe kind of look into. But yeah, crows they get a bad rep, but they're actually quite benevolent beings. I do like them. Yeah, what did I say? Okay, High Priestess. Hello. Harness mystical power. I will just add that it was said, it is said that perhaps the Sirius starseeds, or I don't know what you want to call them, they were the rulers of the time in ancient Egypt. So that Sirius energy coming through potentially for a second time there. Yeah, and Druid, hold space. Oh, beautiful. So, you guys, there's so much energy in here. You guys we're past life healers. You were past life sages, past life monks. I'm also hearing, you are very, very spiritually like attuned is what I'm hearing. And the Druids are sages of the Celtic mythology. So they're coming through as well to want to work with you. You have connections to ancient Egypt and past lives. So you guys are very, 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 very powerful souls is what I'm hearing. So this energy work that you're doing right now is not just energy work from this incarnation, but you're also helping to clear these old energies from past lives, this karma that you've kind of racked up from different lifetimes. It's like you're coming through here to work not only on, it's like, yeah, AP level classes, in like high school where you have like regular science, but then you have like AP science, which is like tougher, right? And it's like you've given yourself these extra tough assignments in this earth realm from other spirits and souls because, well, you have been this incredible high priestess druid. You are this upper dimensional starseed being that can actually take on this extra work and kind of be able to process it properly is what I'm hearing. So that's definitely something in your soul mission that's coming through here as well. And then last but not least, we're actually going to pull a light healing energy card. So mermaid and water nymph, spirits of light conscious. What message do you have for pile 3, please? That was a good one. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we have affirmation coming through here with this beautiful red energy. Yeah, what did I say before? Root chakra, you guys. That's something that is definitely going to be beneficial to you, is that root chakra work. So it says, I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and am respected by others. Yeah, okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and... So, I like this for a change, but it can be overwhelming to just see the whole picture on the front end and then just like, do all of the channeling like at once. It's like, where do I start? Start with tarot as always. So what I'm seeing here is definitely the 6 of Cups in reverse. It's like and this Emperor in reverse, as well as the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, all in reverse here. It's like there's been this big shift for you. There's been a lot of relationships that have fallen away. There's been a lot of changes in your life. I'm hearing there's been a move for some of you. For others of you, there are friendships that you've had to give up. There are some romantic relationships that you realized were quite toxic, and there wasn't proper give and take in those relationships. And so in order to preserve your own self-respect and your own self-love, you actually had to let those people go, which was, I'm seeing, very, very hard for you to be able to do. And that's exactly what I was getting up here with this like winter energy at the beginning. So there's been a lot of change. There's been a lot of change in your life. Pile 3, there's been a lot of growth, a lot of shifting of energies. You've had to kind of learn how to be in this new space as this new person, I'm hearing. So there's just been a lot of like changes inside of you where it's like you may not even feel, if you think about where you are now versus where you were 2 years ago, for example, you're someone who would be like, wow, I don't even recognize that person that I was, you know, a year and a half or 2 years ago. I've done so much work, so much growth, so much expansion and change has happened in that time period that I don't even identify with some of my old belief systems. I don't even identify with some of those old, you know, people that I used to hang out with, or the way that I would allow others to treat me, is what I just heard. That was from somebody. So yeah, it's like all of this has been falling away from you. It's been a very big change that's been occurring in your life. And now you're almost getting into this energy of being able to come into this self-mastery where you actually have perspective. You see how he's holding the world in his hands. It's like you have this newfound perspective on the struggles that you went through and how they aid you in your spiritual and emotional growth as a soul and as a person. But you also kind of see the possibilities before you. You understand your worth, is what I just heard. So some of you may have dealt with feeling unworthy in other situations, and yeah, not feeling respected by other people. That was definitely coming through here as well, where you may have allowed people to kind of take from you. And I'm also seeing that with the 6 of Pentacles here as well. It's like you have this beautiful energy, pile 3, and it's being healers and mystics and magicians and alchemists in past lives, being very, very powerful when it comes to this energy work. You have such a huge, pure heart, which is quite necessary for being able to do those types of jobs in past lives, because you have to be able to remove blockages to be able to allow those channels of energy to flow through you properly, so that you're able to do your work effectively and do it well. So because of that, you have such a pure heart space. You have this pure energy that I'm feeling coming from you. It's very powerful. You're very kind, pile 3, and so people will often glom onto you because of that, and they're almost sitting there. Some of them are just expecting you to kind of give all that you have to them, and they may be energy vampires. Yeah. So what was I saying before? It's like I'm feeling empath energy here, and I'm feeling this need for you guys to be able to learn meditations, learn practices to be able to help preserve your own energy system to your own. All of my energy is my own. All of my energy is my own, pile 1. That's a very powerful affirmation for you. Sorry, pile 3. And so I'm getting like there were these kind of like energetic vampires or kind of parasites, and some of them unknowingly, I will say in their defense, like some of these people didn't actually know that they were taking this energy from you, but others definitely did. And so you've kind of come into this place of newfound perspective and understanding exactly who you are and what you're worth, and what a proper relationship is without codependence in there. You know, there's a big difference between being a support system for someone and then that kind of bleeding over into codependency, right? And so that's a very powerful lesson that I've actually had to learn in my journey as well. And so that's a specific message for somebody coming through there. So what else? Yeah, and it's almost like there's this beautiful heart in you, pile 3, and that's been the reason why you have just kind of given of yourself so freely to other people, and you see it as, yeah, being the support system to other people. They're calling me to kind of talk on this. So I used to kind of view, when I would give so freely of myself to other people, I was like, I'm just being supportive of them. I'm just trying to help them. You being a healer in past lives as well, it's almost like people remember that energy, and so they kind of recall, you know, what you were able to do for them in past lives. And so they almost expect that in this lifetime. And you being the pure heart that you are, you're like, yeah, let me give you everything I have and let me help you as best that I can. But unknowingly, it's like you're depleting yourself and you're giving too much of yourself. And you see it as being a support system to the other person, as being there for the other person. But in reality, it's just enabling that other person, and it's traveling into that codependent area where they are now suddenly kind of using you as their crutch, and they're kind of blaming you for any you know, obstacles that they're seeing, or any type of pain that they're having. And that's a very kind of dangerous area to get into. But I'm hearing that you guys are coming out of the other side of that type of energy. You're coming out of that it's like a wilderness energy that I'm feeling. It's like this survival mode. Yeah. It's like you were in this, like this desert for so long, and with these sand dunes all around you, and you were kind of going through the Sahara Desert, and yeah, you were in survival mode where you were just like 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot in front of the other. And you really didn't know, sorry, that's just my incredibly loud air conditioner. I will project, fear not. You will not lose any of this message, I say. Yeah, you're coming out of that kind of wilderness mentality, that very kind of desolate place that you were in emotionally and energetically. And it's like you're traveling from this like barren land down into, you see the water coming through, and there's this like beautiful pink water with like these beautiful roses and white flowers coming around her body. And yeah, her body is made of water in here, or it's made of energy, either one. But the mermaid and the water nymph spirits are showing it to me as her body is made of water. So I'm hearing that for a lot of you, you being mystics in past lives, what you're going to want to do when you meditate is you're going to want to activate the water within your body. I've never heard something like this before, so bear with me if it sounds kind of crazy, but that's what I just heard. When you meditate with the mermaids and the water nymphs, ask them to help to activate the water within your body, because we, after all, we are like, what, 60 or 70 or 80% water, something like that. So a lot of our body is made up of water, but they're saying that they're going to help to activate that water within your body and the fluids within your body, like your blood, I'm hearing for some of you, and that's going to really help you be able to regulate your emotional body and your energy centers. So interesting. That's what I just heard, like verbatim. So I don't really know what that means. Do with that what you will. Maybe do some Googling, because I can't really say much more beyond that, but that's what I just heard. And then, yeah, activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So exactly what I was saying before. Look for some of these beautiful spots that are near to you, that are like an hour, 2, maybe even 3 hours away, and go on like a Saturday morning and go there, meditate, and be able to take in that light conscious energy from that specific area, because there's highly concentrated energy in those ley line, like pockets is what I just heard, these like pockets of energy that you're going to be able to tap into, and they're going to be able to work with you. It's almost like the energy remembers, and when you visit that place in person in the future, when you intentionally meditate or you tap into that region again, because you've been there physically, it's almost like the energy can travel to you in a different way. And it's like the earth has a memory, and it's able to, like, I'm like hearing like a super speed like travel highway. So for some reason the energy is going to be able to work in like a highway and get to you quicker, or it's going to work more powerfully with you in some way. So anyway, that's what I was getting there as well. Yeah, and with this jump in energy in reverse, it's almost like you guys have been in this, like I said, survival state of mind. And it's like now you're coming through the other side, and you're this completely new person. You're embodying this completely new energy. And so it's almost like the mermaid and the water nymph spirits, along with the starseed collectives that I mentioned before, Sirius, Andromeda, and the Pleiades, they're coming through to be able to help you just kind of dive right in to life, and to be bold, be strong. Don't be afraid to kind of speak up and let your voice be heard, is what I'm hearing. They're going to be working with your energy in that very specific way to help you kind of level up in this new phase of your life. Okay, Pile 3. And then let's see. Yeah, with Octomotion coming through here as well. So yes, the octopus spirit may come through to want to be a spirit guide animal to work with you, but I'm also hearing like, be careful of like pulling yourself in too many directions. Like what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Cups, and then also here with the Octomotion. Oh my gosh, hold on, let me set my green calcite down. It has been working. The green calcite has been working to help ground me, so that was good. But yeah, with the Octomotion and the Eight of Cups, it's like you have so many things going on right now, and also with here, there's like so many different directions that I'm sensing that you have been going in, and so be careful that you're not kind of draining yourself, pile 3, but that you can actually take some time to be able to take this rest, take this reprieve. Again, it's almost like I'm seeing Snow White here. They're wanting you to embody this energy of completely releasing and just kind of taking in. Yeah, don't be afraid to receive is what I just heard. So they're wanting you to receive a lot of energetic healing. They're wanting you to receive a lot of light codes right now. These spirits and these entities, very high ranking beings that are coming through to want to work with you specifically, pile 3. So don't be afraid to receive, okay, my dears. That's definitely something else that I'm hearing. Yeah, and then also here, affirmation. Affirmations are definitely going to help you, pile 3, being able to tell yourself how to think and tell yourself how to feel, give yourself that safe space, and yeah, being able to acknowledge your own needs. It's like, yeah, in the past I had this feeling of like you guys giving of yourself and kind of not paying attention to what you need, but instead paying attention to what everybody else needs, what everybody else has to say, what does everybody else think. And it's like you twist yourself into a pretzel in order to accommodate everybody else, but it's almost like these energies, these beings are coming through to say, well, pile 3, what about you? What about you, my dear? What about you and what you want? Tell us what you want and we will help you get that. Okay, that's what I just heard. That was definitely for somebody. Yeah. And getting out of this energy of like fear. Fear is a very powerful energy. It's very dense, and it's often something that lower vibrational beings will use in order to help us recognize our own power. And so I'm hearing for you guys especially that you guys, there is literally a coyote 10 feet from my window. I kid you not. It's a little baby coyote. I don't know if you did you hear that? That's the little baby coyote. Coyotes are also coming through to want to work with you. I don't know who you are, pile 3, but your energy is strong. You guys are powerful, mystic beings. You are definitely cosmic royalty. I don't know the word, but that is you, pile 3, okay? So don't be afraid to claim your power. Stand firm in who you are, pile 3, because you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're this powerful, like I'm getting Empress energy here. Yeah, it's like you're this high priestess Empress energy. And it's like, yeah, it's like with the Emperor being in reverse, it's like you don't fully acknowledge the royalty that you are, the beautiful, powerful being that you are, and you need to start doing that, pile 3, okay? I definitely need to communicate that to you. But yes, coyotes are definitely also coming through to work with you as well. Very, very interesting. Yeah, a lot of you could have been shamans in past lives as well. I'm getting that for a lot of you too, especially with activated earth coming through here as well. You've worked closely with the earth in past lifetimes. So yes, affirmations are going to be super helpful for you. And fear is a very dense energy. A lot of lower vibrational beings will use fear and they'll use anger to be able to help teach us to be able to take our power back. And a lot of times we can allow kind of these lower vibrational beings to take hold of us, and we give our power away and we give it to them. And it's their way of being able to show us like, no, we're sovereign beings and we actually have the power and the authority to create, safety around us. And we can actually do away with all of that fear. It's not necessary. It's not needed. You can let go of anything you don't need, pile 3. I feel like someone needed to hear that. You can let go of anything you do not need. You can let go, okay? It's not a matter of like, I have to hold on to this fear and this anxiety and this pressure because of blah, 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 blah. No, No, you can let go of anything you do not need, okay? You can embrace calm, peace, joy, and just try it for maybe a day and see what that does to your body. A lot of us have these like these false narratives going on in our mind where we put a lot of pressure on ourselves because of things that could happen or what could be. But instead, let's focus on actually the present moment and what is happening, not what could happen in the future, but what is presently taking place, and being able to allow ourselves to flow in that calm energy and focus on the present moment of what is currently happening. That powerful shift in mindset for you, pile 3, is going to radically change the way that you see the world. I'm getting. So that is for sure, again, coming through for a lot of you here. But pile 3, that's where I'm going to leave you, my dear, lovely, beautiful souls. Do like and subscribe to see more videos like this. I love you so, 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 so much. And I will see you in the next reading.